Metroidvania fans, put your Ori plushies down. There's a new shaman in town, and he's got trauma, 2 masks, and enough spirit energy to take out the 9-tailed fox in Naruto. This is Tales of Kenzera. And yes, we're asking, is it actually worth playing or just another side scroller trying to squeeze out that money out your wallet? So first, let's look at the story of this baby. You play as Zuberi, aka ZAU, a new shaman in training with one major life update. His dad is dead. But instead of crying into some herbal tea or journaling like a normal person, ZAU says, hold up, and literally prays to the god of death to bring his dad back. I'm not gonna say how ridiculous that sounds, but let's just run with it. The game is built around the 5 stages of grief, which makes this the most emotionally intelligent Metroidvania since ever. ZAU goes through each stage throughout the game. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. It's all like Inside Out if Pixar let you summon spirit bombs like your Goku and punch ghosts in your free time when you're off of work. But the best part, the storytelling is not trying to waste your time. No weird dialogue from a bunch of bug people. No journal entries written in old forgotten alphabets or languages. ZAU just talks to people, has actual conversations, and the voice acting is pretty dang solid. Every line sounds like it was performed in a Netflix animated series, not phoned in from someone's basement mic between Fortnite rounds. You'll care about what this kid is going through in the story. You might have some strong feelings about some of the stuff they talk about in the story. You'll probably lie about those said feelings in the comments. So I'm gonna give it a story rating of 8 out of 10 tribal mask. 1 mask off because it's a little bit predictable, but this story still gets a higher rating than my high school GPA.
Are you okay?
Me? Never better. But the way you took that rojo out was amazing! So brave!
So, in your opinion, what Metroidvania has the best story? Leave that answer down in the comments, and let's move on to the next section. So now we're gonna talk about gameplay. So this is the meat and potatoes in this game. ZAU's gameplay is all about switching masks. So first you have the moon mask, which is all about ranged attacks. Think Mega Man if you were able to shoot in all directions, but you ran out of ammo. And then you have the sun mask, which is all about melee attacks. Think Sword Art Online, where Kirito gets his dual wielding ability, but they're laced with fire. You're able to switch between them. Switching between them is smoother than butter on the Xbox controller. You'll be flipping, dashing, gliding, smacking enemies in the spikes and lava pits like they're trying to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. And your special attacks? Hubba hubba hubba. Your moon mask hits him with a Kamehameha that'll make Goku spend time with his family. The sun mask does a flaming tornado spin that says anything that comes near me can catch these hands. But I'ma be honest, the combat gets a little stale near the end of the game. There are only like 10 enemy types in the entire games, and that's not counting the bosses. They try to add a little bit of variety by making the enemies have a specific mask that you have to use to break the enemy's shield. That actually adds a good amount of thought to the fights, believe it or not. The bosses, they were interesting to fight. I just wish there were more bosses, except for the last boss. He's got that final professor who hates you kind of vibe. But the gameplay isn't just about the combat. ZAU moves like his girlfriend just called him to come over because her mama just left for work. You got wall jumps, glides, air dashes. It's kind of like Ori Will of the Wisp if Ori was black, then like Mask as much as Killmonger in Black Panther. Gameplay rating? I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10 tribal mask. Combat's a bit simple, but the flow of the character movement is very fluid and fun. In the comments, tell me what Metroidvania game has the best gameplay, and then we moving on. So ZAU is what happens when you drop Ori, Black Panther, and Avatar: The Last Airbender in a blender and says, here we go, boys. The environment visuals are really good. Gorgeous backdrops, celestial lighting, biomes that feel like they've been lived in. The cool thing about the game is that you're able to take in all of the environmental goodness while flowing naturally through the map. Now, ZAU doesn't try to be realistic. It goes full Afro-tribal futurist, and it kind of works for this game. Now, the character models, for me, They kind of broke the immersion of the game, if I'm being honest. Here you have this amazing looking environment with a lot of grace and style. Then you have your character models looking like PS3 Sims that snuck into a next-gen game. ZAU occasionally stares like he's buffering mid-dialogue. I've seen mannequins blink with more emotion. But hey, it's an indie team, not Ubisoft, so I'll let it slide this time. Plus the environments carried the look of the game harder than that one high-level friend that you're playing co-op with. The graphics rating, I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10 tribal masks. Minus a mask for those NPC faces, otherwise great stuff from a small studio. So what Metroidvania that you guys have played has the best graphics? Blast your answers down in the comments. Now, music is one thing that is hard to gauge in games these days. It seems like every game that comes out has like the best music and sound effects in the world. ZAU's soundtrack, it's alright. It literally drums your soul into emotional submission. This isn't stock epic trailer music. It's rich with tribal rhythms, vocal chants, ancestral vibes that make you feel like you're in high stakes ceremony with actual spiritual consequences. It's not quite Ori level iconic, but it fits the game perfectly. The drums kick in just as you're mid-dashing through glowing ruins. And suddenly you're like, wait, I'm in a chase scene right now. It's immersive, it's unique, it's cultural without being performative. And no, it's not gonna go viral on TikTok. Well, because it's TikTok. Music rating, I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10 tribal masks. Just remember to call me when they get that ZAU lo-fi study mix. In your opinion, what Metroidvania has the best music? Leave that down in the comments. And let's move on. For all of us tech nerds, good news. ZAU runs smoother than a Wakandan tram. Yes, I used the Black Panther reference. I played it on PC and I had 0 crashes, 0 lag. Load times were pretty fast. Frame rate locked in like ZAU's grief. The only issue, every time I opened up the map, ZAU froze for a second, like he forgot what he was doing. It's minor, but it made me feel like we were both lost emotionally and geographically. Otherwise, this thing is polished. No bugs, no weird asset pop-ins, no crashes that send you to the Shadow Realm like you just fought Mike Tyson. Performance rating, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10 tribal masks, even though it had the one minor bug, because it just works, which is honestly rare these days. So, is Tales of Kenzera ZAU worth playing? If you love Metroidvanias and actual simple and compelling stories and wall jumping while doing backflips while processing your trauma, then yes, this is 100% a play for you. It's short, it's only around 6 to 8 hours, but it respects your time. It tells a complete story and it looks damn good doing it. ZAU isn't trying to be the next Hollow Knight. It's not breaking your spirit with punishing boss fights. It's not making you check the map every 30 seconds like you're in a GPS Simulator 2025. It's different, it's spiritual, it's smooth, it's a vibe. ZAU is the rare game that understands sometimes you don't need a giant open world or 10,000 side quests. Sometimes you just need a grieving shaman, 2 cool masks, and a good reason to keep moving forward. The final verdict? It is a 8.2 out of 10 tribal mask. Put it on your wish list, play it on the weekend. And if you cry at the ending, don't worry, so did I. If you got value out of this video, you should subscribe for more videos like this. Peace out.